Okay, this is to show the difference between Claude with code and ChatGPT with Codex, and you might be quite surprised as to where the advantages are. So what I'm going to do firstly is I'm going to look at Cowork in Claude and then compare that to ChatGPT, which is different. Okay, and then I'm going to be demonstrating briefly the difference between code in Claude and Codex in ChatGPT. I'm going to be discussing the drawbacks with both, and you'll be quite surprised by that. And then I'm going to be looking at Claude's claimed screen and computer control and seeing how good that really is. And then finally, I'll also take a brief look at Gemini and their latest offerings. Full disclosure, this is purely from my side, an assessment from my side. I'm not punting any particular product, just for the benefit of my subscribers, providing a difference. You're looking at a magnificent shot in Bella Bella, Limpopo province, South Africa, a shot I took last year. So, but that's by the by. Let's open Claude. Okay, so here's Claude. Let's put it on screen. Okay, and we're all used to this. Now here's the thing. You'll look up here. You look up here and you'll see that you've got Cowork and you've got chat and you've got code. I honestly don't know whether a lot of thinking went into this. I mean, firstly, they don't speak to one another. So if I go to code and say, can you see what I've just entered in Cowork? Can you just work on that? The code said, what the heck are you talking about? Okay, and chat. I mean, chat is the normal kind of chat that you would have in any AI. But anyway, they seem to think it has a whole lot of advantages. So we're looking at Cowork over there and code over there, all right? And we're going to be looking at both of those. Now, in ChatGPT, over here, all right, we're looking at all sorts of chats that I've had and everything. It's all pretty much the same as, it's also the paid subscription, all right? That's pretty much the same, okay? So you've got that, much the same as either Cowork or chat in Claude. Now, what's really interesting is that if I want to work in the code section of Claude, I would click on that over there and it goes to code. There's a different interface, etc. All right, that kind of thing. All right, if I want to do the same in ChatGPT, I would go here to Codex on the right-hand side, as you can see. Codex on the right-hand side, activate Codex, and we come up with that interface. All right, once again, this also doesn't talk to chat, okay? But that's what we're looking at. All right, and I'll show you, I have in the other videos also shown you a little trick as you work between them. All right. I'm working in the Apple, as you can see. All right, so there we go. And let's talk about the drawbacks, okay? The only drawback I can see with ChatGPT is that you have to activate another program. I mean, that's not the worst thing in the world, whereas Claude has built them all three of these in here. All right, I've already mentioned that they don't talk to each other. And here's the big drawback with Claude, and I'm obliged to say this. Let's go and have a look at my browser, and let's look at Claude inside my browser and look at the ominous drawback over here. This current session, I'm 48% in, and I have to say that I have often been in the middle of a little project with code and it's just suspended usage. Okay, that is a real drawback. I have as yet not, I repeat, not had that problem with ChatGPT for Codex. And I bounced it off Gemini as well, and the problem doesn't exist there either. Okay, so this is despite paying, all right? Now, I'm not whinging about this, I'm just saying it's something you need to be aware of. It's got a reset on the day, and also that's all your models. So that's Code and Cowork and Chat, all right? Design, I don't use design at this point, so we're not talking about design. All right. Okay, so that's all the models. And believe me, it gets used up very quickly, and then you have to wait. All right, I only have to wait 1 hour, but it's typically between 3 and 4 hours you have to wait if you use it. Yesterday, I essentially used it up within 10 minutes on a big project, and I couldn't carry on. Okay, I had to switch to ChatGPT. All right, so that's the thing there. Good. All right, now, the next thing is, that's what we call token limits. The next thing is Claude's claimed screen control. Let's go to Claude over here and say, okay, Claude, could you delete all screenshots on my desktop? Could you delete all screenshots on my desktop? And this is the edge that it claims to have, that it takes control of your computer. You'll see that the screen will kind of go yellow around the sides. Okay, it does ask for you to give it permission, which you do, and you'll see things start happening on your screen, and it's running a command. This looks very fancy and looks very impressive. Okay, oh, anyway, it's found my desktop empty. Okay, let's give it something else. Okay, could you check my inboxes in Outlook? Because I've given it screen control, it does that. So let's see what it's going to do. Is going to open Outlook. Okay, I'm just wondering if it's going to do it on the other screen now, but anyway, it should do it on the screen. Okay, let's go and have a look. All right, it's using its tools. This uses up a lot of tokens, all right? Why? Because it takes regular and constant screen caps of your screen. Look at this. Okay, it's going to start taking photographs of my screen. Look at those screen caps over there. Do you see that? Okay, and now it's you can still work on it, but it's now busy. You see that yellow fade around the side there? It's busy now. It's going to call up Outlook, etc., etc. It's going to do the whole thing. It takes a long time, but if you think about it, it really is okay. It really is very, very. Look. There's screen caps over there. You see. I mean, it's very cumbersome if you think about it. But anyway, there we go. So what I'm going to do is just going to stop it there. Okay, and that's fine. Okay, so it was busy going through it, and it would have done the job. So here's another thing that both of them have, that's ChatGPT and Claude. They have connectors. Okay, so where are the connectors? If you go up to settings over here and you go and look at your connectors, although ChatGPT calls them apps. Okay, oh, customize. Well, let's go to customize. I see that moved. I've connected Canva, ClickUp, Gmail, Google Calendar, Google Drive. These two I don't even use anymore, so I'll probably take them away. But those are the ones I've connected. And so it does have access to my Google Drive. It does have access to my calendar. And I must say it's fairly slick at that level. It can just add and remove appointments, etc. But I did try yesterday on Grok free version, and it did that even quicker. So, you know, it's not that amazing. And of course, ChatGPT does it as well. Gemini obviously is a Google product, so it's going to be even a whole lot slicker when it comes to Google items. Okay, but literally I can create a Canva thumbnail from within Claude Cowork. Okay, it's quite possible to do that. All right, so that's the way it is. Good. All right. So the cost is the same for both, but running at 400 Rand a month, which is about about $30, $35, okay, a month. All right, or is it less than that? I think less than that perhaps. yeah, I think you're looking between 20 and 30. The exchange rate currently at 16, a good day in South Africa. Okay, so, but Google is offering at 299 Aussie dollars. That would be probably similar in American dollars, not so sure, but anyway, it turned out to be just 35 Rand for us per month for 3 months. Okay, so that's what it's doing. So that's just to show you the different uses. The actual detail of how I do these things, will wait for more videos on that.